Hello, welcome back to Slay the Princess. The last time we found yet another new princess, and she was so powerful. Known as the Tower, I guess. So there's supposed to be a lot more new princesses. We're gonna stumble through, you know, the things we haven't done and just see what we can find.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So we can't go with the Explorer. All right, let's save. We gotta try some things that we haven't before. I kind of want to turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave?
I want to see if there's a different...
Do you even know where you're going?
No. Fine. I'll go cabin. I'll slay the princess. Ugh. Nope. Only thing I know that matters is where I'm not going. I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Was not even like run our mouth.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Okay.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Rude.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after.
I'm a little worried. All right, let's just... I'm a little worried that there is only one path this way. Turn around and leave again.
Really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Forever. Don't care. Maybe everyone should die. Is that what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them? You're not emotionally blackmailing me to do this. Maybe everyone should die.
When I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess. And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too, so if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the prince.
Is there no fighting this? Is there... I have to go in the cabin. Oh yeah? Well, I guess I'll start walking a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to just start trekking through wilderness until I find a way out of this place. I don't know...
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Uh-oh.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
It's just kind of like messing with my eyes.
Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
I wonder if I should go into the cabin now or just do it.
Of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Is that how that ended? The stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And
I don't remember this is new.
Cabin, you're here to slay.
All right, if I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just gonna stay here in the woods forever. Stay in the woods forever.
That's clever. A little boring, though. It's extremely boring. Can we really do that? Can we really just do nothing? No, you can't just do nothing. You have to do something. All right, so it's decided. Even if it's boring, we're going to do nothing forever.
So they're blanding. Wasn't the contrarian the guy who made me throw the sword out the window?
Congratulations, you continue to waste everyone's time and do nothing. Wait, can you still hear me? Everything's getting fuzzy. What is that weird feeling? It's like I'm barely even here anymore.
Whoa, did we find like a straight to the end one?
Well, it's not nothing, that's for sure. Does that mean we messed up?
The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by textures and nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulating pulse, louder as something other comes closer. There are new what dwells in this empty space. Feelers probe around the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Oh shit, this is new. Confusions, why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance, fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. I hate it. Frustration, this vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret, this world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. Return to your destined path or face the consequences.
You're on a path in the woods.
Well, that was
at
new.
the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
All right, so let's. I can't go. Wait, I can't go elsewhere. Just tell me what to do. I'm not doing this. Forget I'm not doing this. Oh, I can't just march off now. Damn. I was curious if when I went into the woods and then went into cabin it had different, but I guess we'll just go to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do... We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
All right, let's see if there's new things if we don't take the knife down there.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer. The blade is your implement.
We're in the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries.
Is it going to be like soft
stairs.
and hot now?
Hello? Is someone...
It's hypnotizing.
Yeah.
It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
I wonder if the first time if I didn't bring the knife.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Oh. How about just checking in on you?
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
That feels new.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Hell yeah.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
We're gonna fall in love again, so...
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Probably. I don't want to waste time. I don't want to reload this one because I'm afraid. I mean, we got the. We'll keep it here. Maybe we'll come back to it. But I'm afraid, like, I'll undo the consequences from whatever happened before. Let's see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
Stop it.
No,
It's fine.
You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nah.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Let's just skip to the going upstairs.
Okay. I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. Someone else
Locked in. Let me out of here. Try the door. We done both those. Let's go downstairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
They did.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
That one never doesn't
As she
shock
rips
me.
her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of it's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down, or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Have we slayed the princess from here? I'm just saving all the slots. I don't even know which one's the one I want anymore. Because I know... Let's try slaying the princess.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. The wound drives her to the ground.
This feels different.
Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours
we've
in the
seen
corner
this.
of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
I think.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I think?
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
I kind of remember the patch notes. It felt like it gave her a new den or something for this.
Though your nerves are seizing
We're gonna
with
ride out
pain,
just a
you
little bit
know you've
longer
done
and
your
see if
fair
that's
share of
true.
damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
Give up's what we did before, right? So let's finish the
Steel
job.
your resolve and to take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job. You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you.
That was like the same picture from before.
You enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons, and then you stop. Neither you nor Princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the Princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Guess so.
Silence as the room starts to get fuzzy around you.
This feels
You've
different.
paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
This is right. This is where she becomes like a cornered beast. The witch. The witch. I feel like we've done this. Well, we're gonna go look at it, see what it looks like.
You're on a path. You're here to...
Let's go to the cabin.
Oh, she will... Don't worry.
We're gonna go in the cab. I'm pretty sure we've done this before, and I'm gonna load back.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and
This
earthy,
looks different.
and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Fuck, man. I don't know. I'm like lost in what's working, what's not. Let's just enter the
No
basement.
blade. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
The opportunist. Did we? God, I don't remember if he's new or not.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
That tone
Her
changed.
voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
This feels the same but different. I'm not
But
nasty.
you are. You're a wretched little thing.
Fucking talk dirty to me. Goddamn.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Uh-oh.
She must have you confused with someone else.
Yeah.
She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Maybe.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
It's a reasonable guy here.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
Got him.
You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
This does feel different. Like, I feel like this cave is different than it was before. I'm not positive, though.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
Can I, like...
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you?
He's weird
That's
about
pretty
that.
sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us.
I don't know, this feels weird.
Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
Maybe we can.
Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
I don't even feel like you're gonna stab me in the back. I don't trust you, not enough to free you. Definitely. Let's go with, I saw one about, I'm unarmed. That's a gesture of goodwill, so why don't we talk it out?
You came to me with empty hands last time, too. But that didn't mean you hadn't been plotting something nasty all along. What you did showed me as much.
But we didn't plot anything. We just made an informed decision based on the information we had at the time.
True.
I think you're both making perfectly valid points. Sure, we didn't plot anything, but it's easy to see how she might think we did.
This guy, he's a good, you know, negotiator here. Like, I know it got messy. Things got messy last time. I don't want to do that. Oh, that one option's gone. Shit. It says something about like, and then you started gnawing your arm off. Like, I'm sorry about last time.
Smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Oh man, I want to say the thing about. Man. Did I save? I want to say the thing about like you started gnawing your arm off and it scared me. Where's? All right, give me a second. It's this one right here, right? 11:19. Yeah. Here it is. All right, you scared me, okay? You started gnawing your arm off. It scared me, so I stabbed you. Things got out of hand.
Things did get out of hand, didn't they? But it's hard to let bygones be bygones when they led to murder.
It's fair.
And you started it.
Okay, it didn't go as much as I thought down a different route. I'm sorry about last time.
Smart. Let's apologize.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that if you're sorry?
All right, so we're at an impasse. Neither of us are gonna get anywhere if we can't trust each other, unless you want to fight, but I don't want to fight.
Just because I'll never trust you doesn't mean I won't use you to get what I want. The cabin lets prying little beasts like you come as you please, but it insists I stay where I am. If I'm to leave, I'm to leave with you, and you alone.
And bring my blade down here. Remember, how am I supposed to get you out of those chains?
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Is that new?
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Well, this one okay, wait a second. This one doesn't make sense. So let's save here. She's already out, so I don't trust you, not enough to free you, definitely not enough to get close to you. I'm leaving. Bye.
Very pragmatic. That is why you're in charge.
Abandoning me, are you? Fine then. Run. Tuck your tail between your legs and scamper away. You might be able to escape me, but you can't escape from what you are and what you've done. If I don't take you, the wilds will.
You turn to leave, but as you do, there's a deep, guttural groan seemingly uttered by the walls themselves, followed by the creak of wood being stretched beyond its limits.
I feel like this is the one where we die because she pushes us down the stairs, so maybe if we can get the knife, we get a different ending.
The cabin starts to get smaller. What the hell is going on? We're getting out of here and saving our skins. That's what's going on.
Yep.
As the roots that make up the walls of the cramped basement attempt to close in around you,
Leave the
instinct
suspicious
kicks
character in the
as you
basement.
bolt upstairs. The steps are uneven and lively, creaking as they expand out of the dirt floor, the stairway growing smaller and smaller as you dart up towards the light. You manage to squeeze through the door just as the entrance seals itself shut behind you. The cabin is smaller than it was before, and it's getting even smaller and smaller. That's fine. We'll just leave.
Yeah, this is definitely new.
I'm sure you'd like to do that. But unfortunately, there is no longer a front door. The roots have already closed over the only possible exit. What little light peeks through the holes that were once windows is growing weaker as the cabin continues to close in on itself. Shit. What do we do?
No, fuck, we're stuck in here now too.
As your mind races for an answer, you hear the princess's voice crackle up the stairs.
Do you hear that, you loathsome thing? Those are the roots of the wild, and they're coming to choke the breath from your lungs and squeeze the life out of you.
Okay. Oh my god. So many new routes. Alright. What about you? They'll crush you just as easily as they crush me. Make them stop. You can make them stop, right? We're not animals, we're people. We can work this out. We can make things better. Take it all back. I can help you out of here. You and I can work together. We can be friends. Give up and wait your death. What about you? They'll crush you just as easily as they crush me.
As long as you suffer while you die, I'll gladly suffer with you. Especially if I get to hear it happen.
I guess this is two endings where we both
This doesn't
die.
help anyone. I can't believe she'd kill us both just to spite me. See? This is exactly why you were tasked to slay her, and why you shouldn't have left her in the basement. She's an antisocial monster who gladly burn the whole world for her satisfaction.
Those antisocial things.
The roots grow ever closer. We know. We can see them.
Why though? Why are you doing this, Explorer? Come on, they're pressing in on me. They're probably pressing on you too. It's only assuming that it's because I can't see you, but it sure sounds like they are. I can take it all back. I can help you get out of here. You and I can be better friends. Let's, come on, they're pressing on me. They're probably pressing on you too. I'm only assuming that because I can't see you, but it sounds like they are.
Oh, what's the matter? You're scared of thorny roots digging into your neck? Are you scared of suffocating in this dark, dark place alone? Good.
That one made me feel bad inside. I don't want people to think we're scared. Nobody likes someone who's scared of things. I, for one, think this is a perfectly reasonable situation to feel scared in. This place is getting awful tight. You feel something against your back. A thick root pushing its way into the cabin. An unstoppable, unyielding wall of bark. You're running out of time.
Oh, God.
Shit. What do we do? What do we do?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. Let's go with, we're not animals, we're people. We can work this out. We can make things
But
better.
we are animals. We are. You're nothing but fear and instinct, and that's all I am, too. We don't have to make things better. We can't make things better. We're just meant to chase each other in the dark until one of us catches the other.
You slump to the floor as the roots continue to expand into the cabin. Ugh, we're never going to make something of ourselves with that attitude.
Yeah, be better.
At least she isn't going to make something of herself either. At first it's almost gentle, your body being lifted delicately off the ground as the floor shifts beneath you. But the cradle of the growing roots starts to feel suffocating, then unbearably tight, then that tightness gives way to bulging pressure as they begin to constrict. A sound of creaking wood is drowned out by the snaps and pops of your bones, pain flooding your senses as you feel your skin deform, being shaped unnaturally by the living cabin.
Yeah, that was a bad noise.
Suffering is what you deserve, you hideous creature. Know as you die that you are hated. I hate you, and I'm glad to die horribly if it means you die with me. I wouldn't have it any other way.
So we're both
Pressure
good.
is unfathomable. You can't breathe, your vision swimming with red, your head pounding with trapped blood. And then you pop. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Wonderful. The wild. So this feels like a new...
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge.
Okay. Oh, my hand's different too. It's like a... Well, it looks like a crow from this side, but...
His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that?
Okay.
That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here?
I don't even know.
I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped.
So
He
wise.
tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do?
I wonder what the new one is.
Why does he want to know? I don't mind where we are right now. It's rather nice. I can hear what everyone is thinking.
Paranoid.
There's no reason to keep secrets. We tried leaving her in the basement, but she made the cabin come to life, and it crushed both of us into a fine paste. And now we're here, existing.
Just the life of a fine
And
paste.
for what it's worth, I'm with him. This is nice.
It was a fitting end. I'm sorry if it hurt, but doesn't this make it all seem so small?
This is so weird.
I see. So the cabin ground you into paste, and now you're convinced you're stuck together. What a mess.
Oh, have we become one because we are crushed together?
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
You feel it now, Mr. Krabs? This thing watching us? What is he? Why should anyone do anything right now? This is fine. I like being like this. Why are you being nice to me? Why don't you hate me? Don't we sort of hate each other? I can feel the pressure of the outside pushing on us. What are we supposed to do about it? This is how we're supposed to be now. What do we do now? Whatever we are right now is an abomination. I want out. I don't like this. I'm supposed to be me, and you're supposed to be something that isn't me. Okay, you narrator. How do I stop her? Alright. Fuck. Let's try... Well, let's explore this. This thing watching us. What is
I'm
he?
not watching you, I'm trying to help you. That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
He wants us to kill each other.
Yeah, we don't need that.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together.
We kind of are.
She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
I've had enough of this guy. How do we stop him? Okay, let's say I want to stop her. What do I do? Why should anyone do anything right now? This is fine. I like being like this.
You can't just passively exist forever.
So we
Not
all
with
do.
her. That isn't how it works. I don't care if it was the cabin that killed you, because it seems to me like she was the reason the cabin could even do something like that in the first place. You need to remember that you and the princess are enemies. Don't let bygones be bygones. Remember what she's done to you and how much it hurt.
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the doubting and the hatred and the schemes. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
I mean, she's scary, but she has a point.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
Spoken like, honestly, a real puppet master. Have we considered that maybe she's
shit.
the one trying to trick
Ah,
us?
shit.
I'm not.
That's what you would say.
But there's a feeling, isn't there? That petty feeling she mentioned, it is fuzzy, but it's there. Almost like she still hates us.
Yeah.
It feels mutual.
Please, stop. If you pay attention to that feeling, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
Look at what?
She's trying to turn you away from the truth. There's something she doesn't want you to see. I think you already know you have to look at it.
What are we looking at?
Everyone's pulling in different directions, but that feeling doesn't have a motive, it just exists.
Fuck, everybody wants to look at it.
Maybe we should look at it.
Oh, God. This is like a thing where we probably have to go back and do both, to be honest. It feels like a very split decision. Let's gaze at the hatred in our heart. No, what? Yeah, let's gaze at the hatred in our heart.
Please, don't make us remember how we were.
And just like that, you start to fall apart. Right, she really does hate us, and we hate her. It hurts thinking about us as separate things, but we're separate. We can't hate ourselves. I love me.
I love me.
What are we thinking? Giving into absolute madness. We exist. We're real. We're separate from her. Of course we are. What are we? I can't remember.
This got super existential.
I don't want to remember what it felt like to be killed. It was so much nicer when it didn't feel like it mattered. And yet you keep remembering. You remember the loathing and animosity you've shared with the princess, the pain and the anger and the betrayal. And you start to remember something else, too.
Our love.
You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. You can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be.
Okay.
Maybe bygones can't be bygones. I don't know why I ever wanted to share a body with you, of all things. It's like my very soul reeks of yours. That was horrible. This is better. Finally, I'll be able to hurt you like you deserve.
Okay.
I wish I didn't have to.
Some divisions,
Some
when
tears
sown,
can never be
can never
mended.
truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were.
Oh, whoops.
A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole.
Okay.
And then you find yourself, blade in hand, exactly where you need to be. At the center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm.
Okay.
You're filled with a sense of purpose. Strike at her. End this once and for all.
Oh, this is intense.
Kill me then, if you hate me so much. Just get it over with.
I don't like this. What he wants us to do. It's just cruel. It feels like we'd be killing a part of ourselves.
Not anymore.
Well, this should be easy. If you're sure about it. I mean, what's the point of being king of the hill if there's no one around to be better than? We'd just be sitting on a hill.
Yeah.
Do we have to do this? You have to. You know you have to.
Yeah, well, she hates us now. I never wanted to kill you, not really, but we can't be the same thing as each other. I had to put an end to whatever happened to us. Cut her free. Oh, God. Oh, God. Let's slay her, and then I think we gotta come back to this. Man, there was a lot of branching routes. Fuck. Let's save here, too. Man, there's a lot of branching routes here. Let's slay the princess.
You raise the blade, taking aim at her heart. And then you strike.
I'm sorry.
Oh, God, I feel terrible now. We never see her die. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. It's not the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's just gonna be okay. Just trust me. Let's just approach the mirror. Approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. It's calling us. And not in a good way. If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
Let's see a smile distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. As you reach forward, they're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you want to see what's in it. It's the same picture as last time. You've grown, have we? You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. Oh, that's a image. Approach her.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither?
Yeah, this is an image right here.
But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Why does it feel like... What does it feel like to change like this? You know, done... Are you the same as you were before?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
When I go back to this invisible wall closed around me, why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Interesting. So can we not do the same thing a second time? So if we try to do the same thing, God, I don't remember how we got to where we were at, but if we try to do it again, we probably only have the other option. That'd be kind of nice. You've been kinder to me, you've been kinder to me. Do you have thoughts on this vessel? I don't want to hurt you, but I want to go back. What do you feel like? How do you more vessel? Enough with Hell's perfusion, you're not actually saying anything. We'll just ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Interesting. Bring the wounded wild to her. So, assumingly,
You're on a path in the woods.
I kind of want to go back down the same route now and see if we can, in fact, I don't know. I don't even know if we can. Because if we go back and load, we're going to fuck up this run. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to just try and find the same route or find different ones. And then we'll load back if we can. Like I said, it'll take that body away from us, so it'll change things. Interesting. A little hard to find stuff than I thought it would be, but it's been fun looking for it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.